Today we're going to be doing an overview of Week 4 with my dad.
Which means we have another banana hat of the week. As well, the real winner of everything as far as off of it is the guy who tackled the guy that ran out. He got monster mashed, guys. Monster mashed. That, anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So these are our own opinions. Who we think has improved, possibly. Who has declined. Who the banana hat. Who we think possibly could be on the mend to the playoffs. Best chance for the Super Bowl, etc. And let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and let's pick from your first either improved or decline.
Now this week, instead of doing 7 teams for improved or declined, we have 9 teams that are in it. But starting with the declined, it's kind of obvious. It's the Texans. They might be even worse than the Jaguars. I mean, Jaguars are doing better last year because they have a better head coach. Unlike the Texans, who are actually the only winless team going into Week 5.
And for my first team, I'm doing it improved here as far as off of Burrow and the Bengals. Are they back? Are they back to where we were used to seeing? You know what? I like what he has had here. These last 2 weeks, he has had 5, between the last 2 weeks, 5 touchdowns total. No interceptions. He's carried... 1 week he had 275. This past week I believe he had 287 yards. So identical almost to the yardage. 115.9% pass QB rating. 114.9 the week before QB rating. So we're starting to see Joe Burrow. Will they be back in that playoff caliber? Will they be able to go back to the Super Bowl possibly and everything? Hey, you never know. Nice to see Burrow back up, putting up some positive yardage. Big win against the Dolphins this past week as well too.
All right, for my first improved team, I have the Cowboys. Cooper Rush is still undefeated.
As a QB.
Still undefeated.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good there.
All right.
Here's a team that we've talked a lot about last week. They were on it as far as off of it. I'm worried about this team. Now, they've said they've made some changes going from there, but this is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They look hopeless out there, guys, offensively. Defensively, they're actually... There's only so much that the defense can do. But Mitchell Trubisky, he looked like a... He looks like he's not comfortable out there. Something, I know it's an adjustment as far as off the thing going from there. Now, Kenny Pickett is going to be starting as QB, so will he make that change? Now, his first actual throw he made yesterday, what's up with this face over here? He wants to wear the banana hat. But anyway, as far as off it, his first throw that he did in yesterday, 2 days ago, Sunday. Sorry, guys. My days are off here. But that being said, his first throw that he actually did was an interception, which I don't know any better. But unfortunately, let's see what he does against the Buffalo Bills this week coming up. I don't know. So, good luck.
I don't know about the Buffalo Bills. They just keep getting injury after injury after injury. And McKenzie is on the IL.
Yeah.
For my next team that has declined, I have the Saints. They had a lead, but they blew it to Minnesota in London.
Yeah, Andy Dalton was actually playing really good. That was a nail-biter right there. And unfortunately, Jameis Winston, he is out. So, that's... Andy Dalton actually did very well for, going from there. Now, here's another team that I am putting on that decline list. The Carolina Panthers. I know you talked about them last week. I'm going to talk about them this week. Baker Mayfield, I gave him all the love. I still think, regardless, the Cleveland Browns, pushed him away, got rid of him, like they did and everything as far as off it. I thought maybe the change would actually help him. I just don't like what I'm seeing out of him right now. And I know it's a whole different system. Is Rule the problem there? I mean, they're already talking possibly benching him when Darnold comes back from his injury. And, kind of going from there. Right now, they just look confused. They don't look like they're comfortable out there defensively and offensively, especially offensively. Mayfield, prove me wrong here and get better. Go ahead.
All right, for my next improved team, I have the 49ers. They're doing pretty decent with Jimmy Garoppolo, and they beat the Rams in Monday Night Football.
There was a nice tackle by the Rams player that got the guy that had a pink smoke bomb that was running on the field. He was the winner there. Improved. The New York Giants. 3-1. You know what? They're not doing it with big numbers. Okay, let's talk about this. Jones ran for 2 rushing TDs in their last win. You know, he's not doing it big numbers. They're not winning by, great big blowouts. They're winning close games and everything. But you know what? Their defense really looks solid out there. I'm actually happy for Brian DeBull. He has done really good. He's a very good guy. I like development, so maybe he's the guy for Jones. Let's see how they keep it going into the next week.
All right. For my 5th team is a decline. I have basically mine. It's in a pattern for a spoiler alert. Ravens. They had, just like with the Saints, they had a lead. But they blew it to the Bills.
Yeah. That was. That's it?
Yeah.
That's all you want to say? They blew it to the Bills. Okay, he kept it short. Improved. Minnesota Vikings. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Kirk Cousins. Great job to hang on. The confidence there at the end. I got, watching that game. That was a very good back and forth there. When you thought it was over, poised to go to overtime. Here we go. Kirk Cousins is able to come in. They're able to go ahead and win by a field goal. Nail biter to the end of that game as well. Great job. They get an improved they're 3-1 right now?
I think so.
Yeah, they're 3-1 right now. So, keep it up, Kirk Cousins. Prove me wrong here this year.
All right, for my 6th team and improved. I don't want to say they improved, but the Falcons. I mean, they've won 2 straight, and they didn't. At least they're not blowing their leads like they always do ever since Super Bowl 51.
Right. Yeah. This team's off the depth track and lost. And this is exactly how I kind of put it. Not that they've declined. They've gone into a depression. And can you guess what team that is?
Texans?
Yes, the Houston Texans. Let me go ahead and put it this way. I don't have anything positive to say in this, and I'm sorry, Houston Texans fans. They're done. They're toast. That's all I can say. It's going to be a long season ahead. Which puts into it my banana hat of the week. Let's go ahead and get this on here, right?
If he can get it on right.
If I can. Go.
He's wearing it backwards.
Yeah, I am wearing it backwards, ain't I?
He's wearing it backwards.
No.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, I was wearing it back. Okay, guys. Yes, I was. I was the banana hat there. So my banana hat, Davis Mills, horrible. Horrible. They don't have a win. He just looks horrible out there this year. And I know, Lovie Smith is their head coach. New system again in place as far as off of it. I just don't think it's going to work. I just think it's going to be a long season for the Texans. They haven't gotten that win. Yeah, they had the tie to the Colts.
Yeah.
And, it's just going to be a long season. So be ready to wear a lot of banana hats, guys. So there you go for that.
For my next team, 7th team, a decline team. Why should I even call them a decline team? The Dolphins. Because of Tua Tagovailoa's injury.
We'll talk about the injury here shortly, but yeah, I wouldn't call it a decline. They lost one game. Here's a team I'm worried about, more or less, not a decline. 2 weeks in a row they've lost, and it's the Buccaneers. Let's talk about it. Tom Brady looks frustrated out there, guys. And, there's the whole, here's the guy that announces retirement. Then he says, oh, I'm here. I want to play. My heart belongs on the field, guys. They get, all of a sudden, Aaron's is out of it, and he was on the sideline 2 weeks ago. And he shouldn't have been on the sideline. And then after that, as far as on things, they told him, hey, Aaron's, if you're on the sideline again, you're going to get fined. Going from there. They took a nice picture of him in the booth where he was sitting the other day. This is his face. Okay? He looked like he wanted to be down there coaching the team. Todd Bowles. Okay? I just don't think it's a lot of pressure. A lot of these coaches, taking on the responsibility of, yes, he's a great defensive coordinator, but then when you go to head coaching, you're assuming the overall. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do. So now not only are you controlling the whole team, trying to have everything in order, you're also trying to design defensively. So you're having a good juggle back and forth. I just don't ever think it is a good idea to be a head coach and keep up with the defensive responsibilities, offensive responsibilities, going from there. You pass it on to somebody else and kind of go from there. But they have a lack of offensive production. Todd Bowles, he looked kind of angry. And with the way that the plane was, I would have probably been angry too. As far as offense, is it something, defensively they got picked apart against the Chiefs. That being said, that was their worst ever game under him as defensive coordinator or head coach. So that the Chiefs really took a lot back and put more. That was a very hard game for Brady to lose. Probably two teams in a row. You had the Packers and you had the Chiefs that came in and beat them. That's a huge blow. Two good teams that have beaten now Tom Brady in a row. Could this be a whole different year for him?
All right. For my 8th team, improved Raiders. Oh, wow. They got a win. But that ain't going to... it might be improved, but that ain't going to cut it.
It isn't. And this week, I believe, who plays the Raiders?
Mahomes.
Yep.
So they're going to be back down the decline side.
This is one of those matches that I really love. A very improved team that I'm very interested in right now, the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right, guys. Jalen Hurts looks unstoppable out there. This Philadelphia team, they are pumped. They are ramped on both sides of the ball. They are doing it everywhere, guys. Team effort for them and everything. I'm really liking them. This might be a team to watch. This might be a playoff spoiler for everybody. Let's see how they do.
All right. For my 9th team final, this is a decline. I have the Commanders. Maybe in sacks. I don't know, but Carson Wentz might be worse.
He's horrible.
He's terrible. Just for that. Where's that?
Put on your banana hat. Oh, he's the banana hat for a second week in a row, guys. He can't get it on. He's making fun of me.
Oh, I'm going to take off my glasses.
Yeah, see? The banana hat's winning.
There we go.
He's got magic
there we
powers.
Go.
Kind of looks, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, he might be worse than Burrow.
Burrow's not bad. Minus the sacks. I would rather have Burrow on my team than... Wow, you just said Burrow's bad?
Nope.
Wow.
I didn't
he might be worse than Burrow. You were implying that Burrow's bad. But anyway, here's a team. Bill Belichick and the Patriots. They're on the decline. 1-3. They're without Jones. Hoyer's injured. Now they're on to their rookie QB. It's going to be a new era for them probably as well, too. They just looked... last year wasn't a bad year for the Patriots per se. They didn't, they still had a winning record and everything, but playoff wise and everything, it comes to show, was it Tom Brady the mastermind behind that, and getting them into the playoffs, going from there. Does Bill Belichick need Tom Brady, and going from there. So those are our teams that we wanted to go ahead and talk about. I'm going to bring up two other things, and I want to talk about this with you. Cowboys. Jerry Jones said today, Prescott, he hasn't thrown a full week. He wants him to throw a full week, but he does not rule out Prescott playing possibly Sunday. Now, who do they play this Sunday?
I don't know.
You don't know who they play this Sunday? This Sunday is going to be a big test for them, simply for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's a very, very good team that they play, Dylan. What team do you think they play?
I don't know.
You don't know what team they play?
Probably Eagles. Who knows?
Huh?
Probably Eagles.
They play the Rams. They play the Rams in Los Angeles at Cronky Land. That being said, as far as awful things, don't you like how I said Cronky Land? That being said, that's going to, how do you feel about them? What do you think they should do here?
I don't know. I think they should use Rush. Rush could be your starter.
I understand, you don't want to let people down and everything as far as off of it. I say you stick with the hot hand. Even if Cooper Rush was, okay, let's say that, Prescott isn't ready this week, but he's possibly ready next week. Even if Rush was to lose this upcoming week, I would still go with Rush. Rush looks poised out there. He looks comfortable. He looks like a leader. Dak Prescott doesn't look like that when he's on the field. He looks miscommunicated, and I just think it's a backward step putting Dak Prescott. Now let's say Cooper Rush does win this, and then they're like, and there is that whole thing. McCarthy says, Dak is their man. Yeah, I understand the confidence, momentum, but I think you go with the hot hand. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you go back to Dak Prescott, guess what you're going to earn yourself, McCarthy? You're going to earn yourself the banana hat of the week. And I'll bring it to a coach. Ooh, better put that in. The whole banana itself. You'll be a banana hat. So I think really much stick with Rush. He's doing great. You guys are winning games. They're having fun on all sides of the ball. They look like a team that's out there ready to contend. And the next thing I want to talk about, let's talk about Tua. Buffalo Bills. He went out what was said is a concussion possibly, was supposed to go under concussion protocol, and then he comes back in, he gets the win, he leads them to victory, and then against Burrow, the sack comes in, he hits his head back, and now we're out with a concussion. And things concerning. Do you think he was over the concussion? Do you think he should have sat out? What do you think on that? Your thoughts?
I think he should have been sat out. I mean, they probably would have still lost to the Bengals. But who knows? Because they also have another quarterback by the name of Teddy Bridgewater, which he isn't that bad, but I don't know. But with Tua, he should have probably just sat out. He should have not came back in.
I think the scapegoat of everything is who they fired in the whole issue. I think it was, and don't get me wrong here, I wasn't in the locker room. I wasn't there. I wasn't a doctor. I'm not a doctor as far as off of it. He looked, whether he came back in and everything, what clearance protocol. The NFL's pretty strict about it. They want to make sure that standard and everything. But he should not have been. You want to put your team in the best chance to win, but now you've risked the chance of possibly losing Tua for a longer period of time. That being said, I don't think, it was great to see him beat the Bills, whatever, as far as off of it. I just don't think, based off of everything, especially coming out to the Bengals game, seeing that. I don't think he should have been cleared to play. A lot of stuff is going to go on there. And, it's sad. It's unfortunate. Hopefully they don't lose him for a long time. And hopefully he gets better. Now, if you had to pick between 5 teams who you think have the best chance at possibly making it to the Super Bowl right now,
5
who
teams.
do you do?
Oh, crap. Oh goodness, I have teams that are going to the playoffs. But let's talk about teams that could go to the Super Bowl. Number 1, my first team. I still have Bills, but they could go lower on the list. Again, they do have injuries right now, piling up on defense and on offense. It's starting to take a hit on the offense. Even though they beat the Ravens, McKenzie's out.
Yeah.
But I'm still having them at number 1, just in case they can get a little bit better and get right back in it.
My number 1, as of right now, and don't hate me anybody off of this, like me for it. I like what Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, did in this past game against the Buccaneers. You know what? They don't have Tyreek Hill. They don't have him out here, which is a huge loss. However, they're doing it with every receiver, tight end, running back. This past game, they showed what they can do without Tyreek Hill. If they can utilize all that, they have a great opportunity. Plus, look at that nice shovel. What did they call it?
Shovel pass.
It wasn't a shovel pass. They called it something else. How when Mahomes threw it into Edwards-Helaire in the end zone right there at the end, where it looked like he was going to get sacked, and boom, here he just kind of that sidearm toss pass and everything. This guy can do it. He is the Mahomes magic. They have a great QB. They have a great team. If they can utilize that. Now, defensively, they still have to work out that defense. I don't care what anybody says. They need to work on that, but they could be poised for a Super Bowl win this year.
My second team I have is the Chiefs. Again, like you said, he's doing it without Tyreek Hill. But if you notice in games, he can pull lots of trickery up his sleeve. And that's why he's 3-1. And he basically got revenge on Tom Brady after what happened back in Super Bowl 55.
Yeah, but you kind of want to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, he did. My number 2 pick.
What is it?
It's Aaron Rodgers and the Pack Attack. Aaron Rodgers and the Pack Attack. After that first week, you know what? They go to my number 2 here. Simply because, you know what? I see a lot of heart. I see a lot of play. And again, he's doing it without Devontae Adams. He's got a newer team out there, and they're going out. They're winning. They're having fun. They're starting to get on page with one another. As well, their defense is playing pretty good as well, too. LaFleur is doing a great job out there. Rodgers communicating. I think we could be in for an exciting year. Go ahead.
All right, my third team is the Philadelphia Eagles. They are undefeated going into week 5. And Jalen Hurts is just,
He can run the ball.
Yes, he's like a Josh Allen who can run the ball great.
Yeah.
And that's where they're at right now.
They're also my number 3 team here as far as off of it. Simply for reasons that you said. Jalen Hurts, he is the dynamic duo. He can run. He can pass. Their defense, their offense. Yeah, they're 5-0. I expect, they're
4-0, you mean?
4-0, my fault. I expect them to lose a couple games, guys. Don't get upset about it. But that being said, as far as off of things, I really think we could be poised for them making a deep threat if they can continue the way that they're playing. Who's your 4th?
My 4th. This one's actually... You see, 4 and 5 are going to be tough picks. But if I were to go with a pick... Chargers.
Wow. Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, breakout year. He's going to go all the way to the Super Bowl.
Wait a minute. So the Chiefs are in the...
he's going to get a wild card.
He's going to get a wild card. I have the Bills. They slipped to number 4. They've lost a lot defensively.
Yeah.
They've lost a lot of defense, and that's crucial to their game. You know, what they looked explosive, they really haven't. They need to make those adjustments. Even on the offensive side, they need to make those adjustments to get better. See Josh Allen run a little more and everything as far as offense. He's very good at being able to break out of it and be able to break to save from a sack and everything as far as off of it. But they have a lot of work to go to improve in my, as everybody knows, they were my number 1 week in the preseason and through the first couple of weeks. However, they've kind of slipped. Let's see how they go, how they react.
My 5th and final team. You know, I'm just going to pull another spoiler. And I'm just going to say Giants.
What?
I mean, the Giants, they're doing pretty good this year. They're doing excellent. Okay, not really excellent, but they're still doing good. They're like 3-1.
Still my number 5 spot. I think this has been my number 5. I could be wrong here. The Dallas Cowboys. I'm putting hope in you, McCarthy. I'm hoping that you don't become the banana hat of the week. Cooper Rush is going to lead you. If he can continue playing the way that he is, he's going to lead you to the playoffs, a deep run, and possibly a Super Bowl. He might get you your title. He might get you your title, Jerry Jones. What do you think about that?
That is...
You don't like it?
I don't know. I might have to disagree on that one.
Well, okay, why do you disagree? See?
Because watch, he's going to put in Dak Prescott, and all of a sudden they're going to start losing games.
And see, this is the thing. I like it when he isn't on the same team as me, because statistically, if he roots for the same team as me, they lose. But if he roots for the team that doesn't, I don't choose, or, we're against each other, I win. I win those usually. So, let's see what happens.
Going into week 5. But if you guys want to see more videos like these, then please smash the subscribe button. As this upcoming week, we're also going to do our MLB postseason bracket challenge video.
Go Cardinals. And not the Arizona Cardinals, it's the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, because that's MLB, and I'm going to be doing other MLB videos too, so you should stick around for that. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.